started getting money, living lavish in the stool every day. I done turned into a habit. Man, I had to make it happen. When I first started rapping, they said it would never happen. Poof, making money like it's magic. Every time I hop up on a beat, I turn it to a classic. These little boys screaming that they want a static. When I pull up, tell me why they started panic. Run it up, run it up.
Welcome back to another episode of DVD. This is season 4. You guys want to clap? You guys want to... Thank you.
I feel like we go through this every episode.
Yeah, there's a bunch of... You're supposed to clap. But how you guys doing out there? My name's Kyrell. I'll be your host. Still will be, for the past 3 seasons. With me, I have my co-host here, Bane. And then we have Tanguel with us. We're missing June and Kay. But we also have 2 special guests with us today. We have Donald and Sarah Kay. You want me to just say Sarah Kay or just
Sarah Kay is fine.
Sarah Kay is fine. All right, bet. They have their own business called DSK. And is it everything? You want me to say everything DSK or your DSK Productions?
We feel like you do
They're
everything.
separate.
Yeah.
It's separate?
Yeah.
That's why okay, so can you guys tell us about, tell them about your business?
I'll go first.
Okay, so we have DSK Products, which is an e-commerce business. And then we have Everything DSK, which is our YouTube channel. And then we have little other streams. We have DSK Vending. We have Retail Arbitrage, which we do with Amazon, FBA. And yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
How did y'all come up with the name?
It's our name together. So it's like Donald and Sarah Kay.
Donald and Sarah Kay, yeah.
So that's how we came up with the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a question for the name. Why did it always say Sarah Kay? Like, I feel like everybody knows like Sarah Kay. I'm like, why not just Sarah?
My parents are Jamaican and like very creative, so all my siblings have like 2 names: Sasha Lee, Sammy Joe, Stephen Paul, and then Sarah Kay. So, yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so what made you guys decide to go into the business aspect? Like, what made you want to start a business?
For me, like from high school, like I was always like selling stuff. I remember when I was in like senior in high school, this girl gave me like these like bands to sell, these wristbands. It was like for like this thing called like a Pinkathon. It was $3 a bracelet. I went into the crowd and I sold about like 75 bracelets. Like when you look at that, you do like 75 times 3, and it's like, wow, I sold that many bracelets, that much money. And then like the idea is like, wow, like I just made this much money in this amount of time. Like how can I scale this? So for me, it was like, when I first came to college, I wanted to do like a car wash. I was like, I'm gonna be like do like a big car wash. So the idea of business always like was like in me already.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just didn't like, now it's more evolved, but like that's how it like originated and started.
Very interesting. So you went into business. So how did you guys get into business together? Because I know Donald, but like I never met you until I met Donald. So how did you guys kind of come together and create that business?
It started during the pandemic, so when it first hit and everyone was like getting the calls from their school and emails from their school like, oh, we're shutting down because of COVID, blah, blah, blah. Donald and I were like a part of the couple of kids that stayed on campus even during COVID. So we would like see each other in the hallways and stuff. And there was one time we were doing class together because we had like Zoom class at the same time. And Donald's teacher was talking about starting a business of selling hand sanitizers, because during COVID, that's like everyone was looking for like either alcohol or hand sanitizer. And I was like, oh, I know how to make hand sanitizer. And Don was like, oh my gosh, then let's do it. And at the time, I really didn't know how to make hand sanitizer. I just saw a video and it looked pretty simple. So when the teacher asked about it, like, oh, can anybody start this business? I was like, yeah, I could probably do that. So we went to the store, we went shopping, and then we just started selling hand sanitizer.
And guys, by the way, like finding alcohol at the time was like very hard, because like alcohol was on no shelves. We went to Dollar Tree and we couldn't find it. Like I had to put like a post on Instagram like, oh, who has alcohol?
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how hard it was to like find the alcohol and to like make it. So like we was already facing like hurdles like since day one, like before we even started the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of hurdle, let's kind of piggyback onto this question. What was, because you've owned or you've done many businesses so far, what do you feel like was like one of your biggest hurdles while doing a business?
To be honest with you, I feel like the biggest hurdle was when we did FBA with books. A lot of people didn't know when we bought the books. There was one time we bought 6 Gaylords of books. And for anybody that doesn't know what a Gaylord is, a Gaylord is just like a big unit of something. So, for example, we got like each Gaylord consisted of about like 1,000 books, like 1,000 pounds of books, right?
Yeesh.
So we had a bunch of these Gaylords, right? We bought like 10,000 books. We made a YouTube video about this. So we bought these books, and the thing was, we had it in 2 storage units. And to move all those books, like there was so many books that we have books till this day that I still have at my house. Like that's how many books they were. And every month the storage unit was charging me. Like I remember like one night, like I was there, like I was in the storage unit. I didn't want to leave until like the people had to like basically kick me out because they said I was trespassing. Like I was there and I was like, I gotta finish these, I gotta do these, and then I was trying to get everybody to come help me. Sarah K was there at one point. We had the U-Haul. Like it was just like a lot. That was like, in my opinion, that was like one of the biggest hurdles for me in business.
What about for you?
I think the cost, because if we could have afforded to have the storage units, like if we were able to pay the $200 every month and it wasn't like a big burden, I think then I wouldn't think the Gaylord was that big of a deal and the storage unit wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the cost, like starting up a business is all peaches and cream until the little fees start coming and you have to pay for this and then you have to pay for this and you're like, where do I get this money? Should I just use the money I just made to reinvest, or should I use this money to pay for this bill? So I do think the cost of it was a hurdle to us, because when you're starting off, you don't start off with much. Maybe it's like your last $500. So over time, it's like eating away at you. So I wish we had more to start off with, maybe like a loan or something, so we didn't have such a financial burden.
With that, it's just basically going through trial and error of like, hey, this is what happened. And then like you've come to learn with that. So then, like, if you could go back, what would you redo then? If you could get everything, like, what would you do?
Wait, is that
different?
like in all businesses or just like? Because like the thing is, like when you do business, right? Like it's a bunch of trial and error. Like you're gonna fail in business. It could be like failing like the startup of the business, or you could fail in like buying products. Like there's so many ways like you could fail in a business, but it's inevitable, right? Of failing, because everybody has to take a loss to understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? They said like why, like you have to learn from like another person who failed already. Like that's how you gain your wisdom, right? So if somebody came up to me and was like, yo, I want to get into the vending machine business. What can you tell me? I could tell them like do this, this, and this, because I already did the stuff that was wrong already. I already went through like the mistakes already. So I could tell a person like, this is what you have to do to, you know, get to this point that where I'm at right now. For example, like one thing I wish I like could redo, I wish I could have started sooner. That's like my biggest thing. I wish I started doing business sooner. I wish I like understood it. Cause I didn't know about business. I knew about business, but I didn't really understand like business. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of people know stuff, but they don't really understand it. They understand. They know, like everybody knows how to get rich. You feel me? Everybody knows how to get fast. Everybody knows how to get fit, but people don't really understand stuff, and that's where they make a lot of mistakes. So I wish I started sooner, and I wish like I would research more. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. And so kind of like doing everything you could have possibly done to know more before you're entering a business. So kind of like saying like, hey, so with that, do you like, now that you know this, you research into your business?
I research like crazy. Like the thing is, I watch a lot of like I spend a lot of my days on YouTube.
I agree with that.
I spend a lot of my days on YouTube. Like I look up a lot on YouTube. I buy courses. I do a lot of this stuff. So like I want to know everything. I feel like it's my problem too. Like I want to know everything. I want to know every ins and outs about every single business. So I want to know how to start a car wash, how to start a laundromat, trucking business, how to buy a farm. Like I look up, like watch all these videos day by day, and I write notes too. That's very like critical. Everyone should be writing notes. You should have a notepad next to you and start writing down your ideas, writing down your goals. You feel me? Because a lot of people get lost in like the mix. You feel me? They have these ideas, but they have like no plans to those ideas, so they never start up. You get what I'm saying? So I try to write down like all these little goals and stuff, all these little ideas and everything that I learned. And that's how like I learned like I remember there was a time I wanted to buy real estate, and I didn't know anything about real estate. So like I watched like hundreds of videos on it, all these big gurus, and I learned like all these like simple terms like house hacking, like buying one part of a house and living in one part of the house and then letting someone pay off the other side of the rent, or like Toro. Like I didn't know all this stuff until I started like doing research about it. And I feel like that helped me like in the long run, just writing down like every little thing. So when somebody came up to me and was like, Donald, do you know what this is? I was always able to say, yeah, I know what it is. And I'm able to like connect with them.
I see where you're coming from. That I feel like that's how it always is. Like for us, since we're a podcast, we watch multiple other podcasts, and that's why we bring it back to us, and then that's what we use in our episodes. A lot of the stuff that we come up with is because either one of us saw someone else do it, and we're like, that's really useful, or we saw someone do it, and we're like, hey, we can do it better.
I was just about to say that.
Because it's most of the time you're watching something, you're like, yo, I could do this. I could, because most things, doing most things, it's not hard. It's just you have to put the time, the patience, and the resources into getting those things done. Kind of, you can ask another question if you want to.
All right. So, with all of that being said, what is the end goal of your businesses? Like, do you have an end goal? Like, do you see somewhere like, all right, mission accomplished? Like,
I don't think this is a thing that could be ended.
no, like it's not to say end. Like, it's just like, what do you see? Like for us, we have like, for every season, there's always like an end goal. It's always like, all right, this is what we want to accomplish. This is what we want to like improve on. This is what we want to like have people like see. So I don't know if it's like the same for you guys, but it's because we're like a long running thing. So it's like after every season, it's always improvement.
Like a goal for the end of your season. I mean, for right now, I'm really focused on the YouTube channel. If I could look at anything and say like, where am I going to make my first $1 million? I think it's from YouTube. And hopefully after we make our first $1 million off YouTube, we can use it to invest into all the other streams that we want. So we hit like the milestone, like we passed 1,000, but we don't have the watch hours right now. So once we hit the watch hours and we start getting that money, I mean, that's going to be a good end result, a good goal that I want to reach.
Yeah, and watch hours be a struggle.
Be a struggle for real. I feel like my end goal is I want to make everything automated. Every business has to be scaled up and has to be automated. Every business has to be working when I'm sleeping, you feel me? And I feel like every business could be automated. For example, like when I did the books, like the end goal for that, like I never think of anything small. So when I had the books, like the goal was to like get a factory and then like make sure and then get like hire employees to do the books like round the clock, you feel me? Have people go to like the book sales, have people go to like the libraries and the thrift stores that I went to and they were to get the books. When we got like the car, I was like, I want to have like a fleet of cars, have like a lot, and then that lot have like employees there, and like I always want to scale everything and want to make it like automated, because you can't work, you don't have to work in your business forever. You have to work on your business. Like you should be able to look back and work on like the bigger things in that side of the business, not more so managing it, more of like the admin work. So like that's really my angle. I just want to automate everything, and I want to have a piece in every single industry. That's why I want like so many streams of income. I was watching this girl, her name is Cody Sanchez, and she has like 65 streams of income because she buys like all these different boring businesses. And I'm like, that's a great strategy. So she buys like these laundromats, these car washes, and then she just automates these businesses, and then like they just make her money in the long run. So like that's the goal. I just want to own like a piece in every single field. So like I want to own a farm. I want to have like I want to be in like the garbage industry. Like you see those what do you call those things? Those porta potties. Like I want to own them, and I want to own a route for like a garbage can, and I want to own like those car washes, laundromats, spaces. Like, but that's basically the goal. Like passive income. Make sure and make all like make everything automated.
That's pretty cool.
It's a big goal.
But we'd love to see that. With that being your goal, you're gonna come through many business partners. Your current business partner right now. So, what do you feel like you're looking for in a business partner, or like when you're going out and like trying to make a contract or make a deal with someone that you're gonna go maybe 50-50 on a deal? What do you look for in that person that you're gonna deal with?
I feel like that person, they need to have the same grind as you. They need to have the same passion, the same motivation. Because I can't be waking up at 4 a.m. and my business partner can't wake up at 4 a.m. because it's going to be like a contrast in that. I want to make sure that we have the same energy going through it. So like when you're looking for like different business partners, when you want to partner with people, you need to find people with your same mindset. If you partner with someone lazy, when push comes to shove, they're gonna be lazy. They're not gonna do the work. Or if you partner with someone that quits when pressure comes, you feel me? That's what they're gonna do when the time comes. So I'm looking for people that match my same energy, people that like really like can take risks. Because a lot of people, I know a lot of people that want to start businesses with me. They pitch all these cool ideas. Donald, let's do this business and let's do that business. But like overall, I'll be asking them like, are you committed? Because when times get hard, are you gonna stay here and really like, and really be there with me when the business is dying and stuff, when the business is failing? Like, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna spend those nights with me? So like that's what I really look for. Like you have to look in people's like their drive, like how they do things. If you look at people and they quit after 2 weeks, because people say anything for me. A lot of people like they see me and they be like, oh, like Donald started so many businesses, he took so many risks. Let me just do it with him. He could help me. He could do it. But you have to be like committed as well. You have to be ready to grind it also. So that's what I'm looking for. Some of the same mindset as me, same mentality, same like passion for like the business or passion of making money at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. I also think it's really important to work with someone who has something you might lack. When we first started the businesses, Donald could have done the hand sanitizer on his own, but he didn't know how to do it. So he found someone who did. And if we have like a thumbnail to be made or something like to be drawn or designed, like the clothing from our brand, I'll do that and Donald will do another aspect. So it's kind of like a give and take. You give this and I give this, and we just mesh and work really well together. Another thing is I can't work with someone who's expecting to get like a big paycheck right when we start, because when you first start a business, sometimes you're not paying yourself. All the money's going back into the business, and you work with someone and they want to see profit right away, and sometimes you don't see profit for a couple of weeks and you just have to keep going and keep pushing. Sometimes you're not seeing like the end of the rainbow yet, and you still have to keep going. So it is a lot of persevering and not quitting. And a lot of people in our generation quit easily, like they start something for 2 weeks, and if they're not getting the result they want, they're done and they're quitting. So you need someone who like works hard, who can add to you, and yeah, that's what I look for.
It's very true. I agree with that. I think you gotta have that passion, that drive to be able to go out and like get things done. If you're dealing with someone that doesn't have the same ideals or same traits that you're looking for, sometimes it kind of makes it like a pain to work with them. I kind of wanted to narrow down and focus on one of your businesses that I kind of know, your vending machine business. How did you know that you wanted to go into that field, that business?
So that started with like I saw an Instagram post of a girl whose dad gifted her a vending machine for her birthday, and I think I was like in Donald's room while I was scrolling. I was in his dorm room, and I was like, Donald, this is so cool. And as soon as I showed Donald the picture, he started researching, started watching videos. He found this guy on YouTube called Hamina Ibnez, a really huge vending machine YouTuber. And he just took off. And then he was like, okay, how do I buy a used vending machine? And then he was on Facebook Marketplace and stuff. And I kid you not, maybe 3 days later, he was sending me so many vending machines. Should we get this? Should we get this? So we used our money from the money we made from DSK products, and that's what we used to buy our first vending machine location.
So like, yeah, one thing about me, I don't wait to do anything. Like I just jump into it, because I believe that the more people get like something called analysis paralysis, where they research so much and they like, I don't know if I should do it. So to like stop, so for me not to get that, I like to like jump into things. I do a lot of research prior. I get all my research, and I remember I was watching Hamia Ibnez, and the cool thing is that like he like commented on one of our videos, like in the video so like that was kind of cool. Like seeing that, I used to watch him like crazy. All his videos, I used to watch like him and his girlfriend collect from vending machines and do all that stuff. So like that was very cool. So I remember like I was looking for different vending machines. I was like, wow, I found a bunch of vending machines, right? But the thing is, buying a vending machine by itself is worthless, because if you have a vending machine where nowhere to go, then what's the point? So I was like, cool. What happens if we bought one on location? So I found these two vending machines. One cost like $3,000, and the other one cost like $5,500. It was these two vending machines on location. I was like, wow, I want to go look at them. I want to make sure that like I didn't know anything about like I knew everything about like vending machines per se, like how to find them, what to look for, because I was watching. We
didn't have experience yet.
Yeah, but we didn't have experience, because it's different when you're watching the videos till you actually do it, because you learn a few little things. Because there's some stuff that failure could teach you that success would never teach you. So like when you really start to like get into these businesses, you're gonna start to really see what people actually go through, like behind the scenes. Because we post on YouTube and people like they'll watch us and they're like, "Oh, this looks so easy. You guys are just collecting money," but they don't see like the hard stuff. Like they don't see when we bought like a $1,600 vending machine and it broke in 2 weeks, and then we had to replace it. Like they don't see like when we what else happened when we bought like bad vending machines or stuff broke on vending machines. Like they don't, and the moving part too. Moving vending machines is not easy. Like we it's like 3, 4, 5 of us just lifting the vending machine. It's very like tedious and on your muscles. So when I found that vending machine, it was like we went to the guy and then we just made the deal. We signed the papers and bang, we started recording. And
that was such a cool experience because the guy who sold it to us, he gave us like a contract and it was so official, and it was like our first experience signing our names, and we became an LLC. That was just super cool. Yeah.
I completely agree with that one. That behind the scenes work of what really goes into like what you do. I think DVD has been through that a lot. We've gone through a lot of, you gotta work around people's schedule, gotta make sure questions are right, gotta make sure everything is kind of perfect before people actually see what's on that screen. It might look perfect, we might do our best to make it look perfect, but there's a lot that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Go ahead.
So how do you guys feel? Because it's 6 of you guys, right? That started 5 of you guys that started DVD. Do you feel like it's how do you feel like the workflow is? Do you feel like it's a lot hard work for you guys? Do you feel like it's hard to manage? Like how do you guys go on like the day-to-day end of it?
You want to go first?
So for DVD, I think in the beginning that was probably the hardest. Well, probably the hardest. Because when you thought of DVD, I think we probably did it in like a month. We kind of did what you do, like super fast, turn around. I remember we were at Buffalo Wild Wings. We was all like, "Yo, let's start a podcast." I was like, we was all like, "Yeah, let's start a podcast." I think we wanted to have Rodney on with us first, but he was like, "Oh, nah." And then we just got all 5 of us. I think by like the second week, I found a location. I had a mic. I had a camera. This, that, and third. Everything was kind of set. Came up with a name. Boom. Like maybe a month later, we already recorded, and then we were all set. So for us, it's like it kind of happened, and then after that, we just kept rolling. We kept pushing. We got a better studio. We kept putting out more content. We had to start having more people on. More people started watching us. More people started being able to help us. You get a lot of people that were like, "Hey, this is what you should do with this. This is what you should do with that." And you kind of take that critique in, and you push it on. So day to day is probably one of the more, depending on what we're doing, it could be super easy because we make everything super simple. We are in the studio, we record, we talk to people, and then you go out and you got to do what you got to do. But I feel like day to day it's very simple for us right now because we've kind of know everything. Everybody's come to understand their role and how it should be played.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there's like a stigma behind like male podcasters nowadays? Because like with all like the things coming on social media.
I actually think you guys started it at like the perfect time. That's so crazy. Like, and now everyone's trying to start podcasts, but you guys like got it 3 seasons already. That's awesome.
We was ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Consistency is crazy.
You think we the new media?
I don't
Shout out to Draymond.
new media. I don't know, cause it's like we did start it at a good time. I do agree, cause now like I work at Best Buy, so I deal with a lot of people coming in like, "Yeah, I'm starting a podcast," and I'm like, "Dang, I really can help you and show you everything," cause like 3 seasons in, I already know what you got to go through. I already know your mic setup, everything. So I deal with a lot of people coming in saying they're starting it. And like I feel like we did start at a great time. We already built our base. We're just continuing to keep putting on.
You want to say something about your day to day, your hard life in DVD?
Well, my part of DVD is, trying to get the laugh off, and then the gaming experience. What's it called? Well, I took a mean break for it because, I had a huge issue with a mic setup and stuff like that. But I feel like that's like my idea, and like the fact that we all came together, we had something that we all did and took that like, yeah, let's run off it. I was like, damn, this is what we can do. We can branch out other ideas. Like when I told her, baby, we could do TikTok. What's it called? That was a bit difficult because doing a trend with these guys ain't really it. You got people who like, I don't see myself doing that. I don't see myself doing skits. I'm like, so I gotta find some stuff that we can do. It's like, so I just take videos of us, you know, interacting with each other or doing our usual business, put together, make a little edit, and then we see how it is for there. Or the only person who actually follow me on the trends is me, Urbane. Like, real talk. Getting these guys to do a TikTok is a struggle.
I mean, like, but we post TikTok videos. Like, we post
TikTok videos
and
podcast.
reels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those reels, those are our tans, you know. So on Instagram, those are tans reels, you know what I'm saying? We put it in that work, bro. I've seen that you started going.
Oh, yeah. Nah, for real. I've been trying to do a reel every single day. Like, I remember August 1st came around, I was like, yo, I want 10,000 followers. Like, I told myself that, and I'm like, yo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a video every day. And the thing I like to do with myself is if you have to make consequences for yourself. So when you set a goal, make a consequence. So if I don't do this by this is my consequence. So I said, if I don't post a reel every single day, I'm going to get a job. And some people might be like, yo, why is getting a job like a consequence for you? Why is it crazy for you? Because I value my time a lot. I believe that time is money, and I believe that, like, if a job pays you $20, I believe that's how much you're worth. So I believe I'm worth more than that. And I always thought to myself, like, I can make $20. I can make more than $20 an hour. So, like, that was my consequence. So I've been posting, like, every single day. I've been getting a lot of backlash on some videos, but, like, I still got to get the content out. Because, like, but on some real, I know some people. I know a girl in my school has like 150,000 followers, and she could barely make $5,000, $10,000 a month. And I'm like, that's crazy, because people don't know really how to monetize their brands for real. People don't know how to make money with their brands. If you have a big influence around a big community, you should be able to drive like a lot of money from it. Partnerships, sponsorships. You should be making money on every single platform you're on. So, like, and I told myself, like, yo, I can't be like those people, because if I had 100,000 followers on Instagram, I'd probably be a millionaire right now, just off my influence alone, like, just off stuff I would sell already. I would sell products, I would sell courses and stuff like that. So that's why I told myself, like, every single day, new reel. I try to come up with, like, how you guys do, like, you make the little short clips. So that's why I always wanted to come on the podcast, because, like, if I could say everything I need to say and then cut it up and make into clips, I can make a lot of videos. So, like, that's what I usually do. I do different stuff. So, like, I try to do some talking videos, some motivational stuff, and then I put vending machines or whatever, or stock market, whatever I'm doing at that time. So,
what's my train of thought? What was I gonna ask you? I was gonna ask you, you have multiple growing businesses. What do you feel like is the next step for DSK? I guess I want to say, the LLC. What is your next business venture that you feel like you will be doing soon?
Okay. So I'm going to get a fat refund check from the school that I'm at, and I want to start the car renting. That's the next step for me, but that's going to be we tried the car renting, so it's not like the next step, because we already did kind of attempt it, but we just need to do it better the next time. And then after that, I just want to go into real estate, because I think a lot of money comes from land ownership. Like, the people you guys rent the studio from, they own this lot, so they can rent it to you. And I think that's how you can make a lot of money fast. So that's the next step for me. Or a DSK, sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of the next thing. Like, the cars, if anybody wants to know, like, something to tap into, is really cars, because, like, there's a huge demand for people that want to rent cars, because, you know, gas or in whatever situation, because people can't find cars now. So people just want to rent out cars. Like, the first month we did it, we was probably projected to make about, like, $800. And then you take away, like, the insurance fee. We only had to pay, like, $100 in insurance. So that means we was cash flowing, like, $700. So in my mind, it's like, we only paid $3,000 for the car. We could have paid the car off in 4 months and buy another car, and then buy another car, and before you know, you have a fleet of like 10 cars. So, like, that's what we want to get into next. Like, I have a friend, he's doing it now. Like, he just bought a car for hire car. So hire car is what you use to, like, rent out cars, hire car and Toro. So he just bought a car, and he's making a lot of money with it. So
Well to hear that. All right, so I feel like this is a viewer question that someone gave me. It was just, how much have you gained from your business in one day, and how much have you lost from your business in one day? Take a rough
so
estimate.
I'll do the gain, and then you could talk about the loss. Okay, so from DSK and the vending machines, the most we made is like from one collection from 2 weeks, it was like 1,000 and some change, and we have a video of that on our YouTube.
I believe I watched that.
Yeah, and then from like DSK, we made $3,000 from DSK from a drop we did. But DSK is, we'll have like a really good first 2 weeks, and then after a while, you get like 10 orders. Then it goes down to 7 orders, then 4 orders, and then now it's either we drop something new or we're not getting orders. So that's the hurdle we come against. But for Donald personal plus like the businesses, I know he had like a big loss. You can talk about that.
Nah, so like, if you guys know, I'm in the stock market. Like, I'm a day trader or like an option trader, whatever you guys would call it. That's what it's called. But I think the most I made in a day was like $17,000. Like in one day, it was probably like a couple seconds, a few minutes. If you guys know how options work, you just bet up and down where the stocks are going, and if you hit in the right direction, it was basically I bet that Amazon's gonna go up, and it went up like a lot. So I made that in one day. But I think the biggest loss I took was probably like $12,000. You feel me? And that was crazy to me, because it was like when you make a lot of money, you start getting numb to small money. So like I got to a point where I was thinking like, if I lose $500 in a day, it was nothing to me. Because when you make a lot of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a day, it's like it doesn't hit as hard. You feel me? Until when you start losing a lot, it's like, wow, like your head starts to hurt. You start tightening up. You can't think, you can't eat right. You're just thinking about everything like, oh, I could have bought this, I could have bought that. So
I can't lie. When you said 12,000, I wish I had glasses to take it off and be like,
My head's still a bit hot here and that.
I got a little sweaty. Do you guys have any more questions for us?
for you guys.
Yeah.
So if somebody was wanting to get into like do a podcast, basically, what do you think the first thing they should do is to start a podcast? What do you think the first thing they should do? Should they get rent a studio? Should they do it off their phone? Like, what should they do if they want to start a podcast?
I think like before you get into that, you want to have
You want to have some type of structure in the
like
group.
what you want your podcast to project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At first we were just doing it to do it. Then we just like, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that, and that's how we ran off.
Yeah, we started taking a few things personally.
Did you guys come up with the name like first? And
Oh,
then start?
the name!
I love the name, by the way.
Talking about that. The name. It all started on the I think it was me, Raul, and Najimbo was playing ball together, and what's it called? Me and Najimbo always getting a heated rivalry when we played. What's it called? Basketball. So it was like one day, like, you don't know me, I'm DVD. I'm like, the heck is that? Different by default. I was
No
like, that
way.
sounds so corny. So I think like the second day after we was like, oh, we gonna start the podcast together. We was coming up names, and like one of the names what was the names?
Like I was saying.
Yeah, like I was saying, was taken. Let's keep it real. Was taken.
Wait, taken by what?
Like somebody else.
podcasters.
Oh, someone
By
else.
someone
Yeah.
else.
Okay.
So
How do you find that? Like, you type it in, then you see the name, or is
Yeah.
it like you
So
went to?
That's
Yeah.
what we did.
We kind of like, it was super fast because we were like I was saying, I think we already had a design idea, and then we checked, it was like, oh, dang, it's actually taken. Then you
yeah,
gotta find
that's
it.
when we posted on with IG and everything.
Oh,
we was a bit salty on that
Like,
one.
we were moving
Which
fast.
one was that? What name was that?
Like I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, like I was saying.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to mention this one, bro. I was like, different by default. And the dude was like, hey, I remember that. So we searched it up. Apparently, no one had different by default. And that's how we came up with
That's
the name.
awesome.
Facts.
For me, I would say the two things would be first, I say learn how to edit. I think learning how to edit will make your life a little bit easier, because if you don't, you probably have to get someone to do it. And editors, depending on the level that you want the quality, can cost you a whole lot of money. Learning how to edit and just being able to sync up two videos, making it look right, maybe adding something that just makes it a little bit better and a little bit more presentable to the eye, makes your life a whole lot easier.
Wait, what do you guys use to edit your videos?
I didn't even know
usually?
you guys edited. I thought they did it. You
No,
guys do
so-
a great job then. Who
so-
edits?
Yeah.
I edit. No.
What do you use to edit your videos?
I've used a lot of things. I've used Final Cut Pro. I've used iMovie, and I've used Adobe.
Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
Cool.
And which one's your favorite out of all three of them? 'Cause we use iMovie.
Yeah.
I think iMovie is the easiest. iMovie is
That's why
the
we
use
easiest, but it doesn't give you a lot of extra stuff. I think Adobe gives you a lot more extra
Adobe
stuff.
Premiere.
Next would be, I think finding a direction. What Tan said. At first, when we were first making episodes, we're just like having fun with it, just talking, having people on, just talking about topics, and then someone talked to us and was like, "Yo, what do you want to do with DVD in like 2 to 3 years? You guys." It's all cool and fun to just do episodes to just have fun with it, but eventually you're gonna get to a point where it's like you gotta step it up. You gotta be able to know what you're doing. What do you want to be? Where do you see DVD in 5 to 10, 20 years? So those two are probably what I would suggest for a podcast, and building that audience of, hey, this is what your topic is. I know for us, we have a broad topic because we kind of talk about everything, but we are able to. There's many episodes where we'll funnel down to one specific topic and talk about it for an episode. If you find the right niche, find the right community, you can see a lot of people following your page.
I already said it. This is a structure for me. And me personally, I take a lot of things personal now, so I just gotta get better. I just gotta get
What
better.
do you
more
mean
people
you
should
take
start-
a lot of things
I
personal?
just take a lot of things.
No, I think. I took
Like,
it personal when they said. I just said that. What's that word I usually said? What's it called on season? We was season 2.
Oh, with the comments, you mean?
Yeah, it was the comments and it was so called for getting better. I usually take it personal, but then at the same time, like, damn.
You talking about what you call?
Yeah, what you call it. Like, I would start my sentence with what you call it, and then like when I would be like deep into thought, I would just keep saying that word. So I was like, all right, next season, boom, I ain't gonna say that.
Comments are horrible.
It's the comments.
Well, you gotta take
Yeah.
everything personal.
I take everything personal.
Take
with
everything
this.
personal. I mean, you work a little harder, you push a little. You feel me?
Oh
So
no, season 4 is my good back season. Like
Facts.
that's season 4.
Facts. Talk
Like
good
I be
talk.
watching season 1. I'm like, ew, I did that so terrible. And I be
mean-
looking at it like, dang.
I think when we started that first episode, when I look at it like, oh, it look cringe. I think the worst part about that is when we recorded halfway, the camera turned off on us.
Yeah,
That one hurt it. Like we was like, yo, why is it not blinking?
I don't even say anything. But yeah, like I feel like having a podcast, you get to go back and look at, hey, this is what we come back from. If you go back to season 1, episode 1, and compare it to our one of our season 4 or season 3 episodes, major difference, major everything. Everything's just changed. Everything's just different, upgraded, and better.
Oh no.
That's great to see, though.
Season 2 and 3, I
progress.
still take personal. What? That shit was better. Watching
But
season 4.
we're
Watching
improving,
season
and we're
4.
still improving. We're still getting better.
Awesome.
Nah, like in season 2 or 3, I was like, dang, my message wasn't strong enough. You know what? Alright. Wait until the next episode.
Okay. So I got a question. So how do you make money off of podcasts? Like for people that want to know, like when does the money and all that stuff come? Like how would you make it?
So with podcasting, is really just monetizing. It's kind of with podcasting because you can technically, it's your platform of, hey, this is what we do. This is our brand. Like soon, depending on how things go, we can have some deals going on where we have paid sponsorships by some people. But it's really, hey, this is your platform. You grow your platform. Like our platforms would be Instagram, Apple Podcast, Spotify, like all the streaming services. And then, hey, as you're getting more watch hours, more listening time, you're growing. So now people are like, hey, since you're growing, you might have this platform that goes to this community, and a business might like that. And like, hey, I can do this for you, and then you got to monetize that for it. So then you monetize, you make your money off of it, and you keep growing. More people come to you and like, hey, I want to do a paid sponsorship with you. You give me this, you get that in return. That's where it really comes from. And then we technically went to a second field with a little bit of e-commerce where you started making shirts. You know, that shirt right here. You know what I'm saying?
Already know.
The merch
These two
line.
works wearing it, but that is just us being like, hey, we got this podcast, we want to put our name on it, put on a shirt, we sell it, people buy it. Now you see our shirts everywhere, and then you can go out, you can like branch out and get more stuff. I can't lie, having clothing with your own stuff on it, it's kind of one of the best things ever. That's all you wear. People ask you about it, be like, it's my podcast. You want to listen? You want to follow?
I say personal brand. That's tough.
Yeah.
So you guys are like an all boy cast, you would say, like.
Yeah.
So how do you guys like deal with the stigma with like the male podcast?
Look, let me tell you something. We wanted to have a woman on. We did. It came into conversation multiple times that we should have a female cast member. I said maybe for a couple episodes, but it got shot down. You know, some people we can't deal with it. But how we deal with it, in my opinion, I don't feel like we're a typical male podcast. We don't really. Male podcasts do get a bad rep for like
misogynist.
But I feel like we don't really do that. We barely talk about women. I can't lie. I feel like we talk more about other stuff than we do talk about women. We do have our episodes where we do, but we just don't talk about it enough.
And even in those episodes, it's not really as controversial. It's just
That no sense.
we be trying to take a back burner. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in this season, maybe it's like.
This season it's a very good one because we're gonna have an all female episode and then we're gonna have an all male episode. We're gonna have an all female episode and then we're gonna have an all male episode. I think those 2 episodes are gonna be really good.
And then the versus episode is pretty good too.
Yep. So stay tuned, or whenever, I don't know when I drop this. We'll see. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really care. We do have brand ambassadors though, and if they're willing to come on the episode, we will like throw them on the episode. Like, hey, it's not only like the guy's perspective. We do have a girl right here. We do have a female right here, and she give her perspective. But that's once in a blue moon.
Brand ambassador, another way of how we grow our stuff. I totally forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. So how's that going? Because I know, like, because personally, like, when we got, like, brand ambassadors, like, they played with us. Like, we gave them our stuff. They didn't.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again. I'm my own brand ambassador. I'm not doing it again.
What?
I think like, we sent something to a girl, and I promise you, like, it's been 3 months. We haven't heard back from her. And then she finally got back, like, oh, here's the video. I'm going to post it. After 3 months. Like, it's a done deal. We're not doing that no more.
I'll tell the story. So, for brand ambassadors, we love all that. Nah, I can't say that. The brand ambassadors that we hired, we all really knew. I can't lie. There's just one that just got us. We feel like we got robbed. She did do work. She did come to one of the shoots. She did take pictures with the clothing that we gave her. And after that, ghosts. Like nothing.
Wait, but you got the pictures though.
Yeah, we got the pictures of her.
But you want them to post it as well, right?
So that's in the contract.
Yeah. So we want
you guys made her sign a contract.
Yeah.
So if you guys made her sign a contract and she ghosted you, and you guys paid her, can't you guys like?
Oh, what? She's making her own money. Like, she will only get paid if she's like making sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't been making sales. It's like she's not really doing anything. So it's like, all right.
But you guys made the contract contingent on if she made any sales?
Yeah. So she's basically like a dead fish in the water. Like she wasn't moving. So she really just got her clothes. So I was like, dang, that's like $100. You know what I'm saying? Of clothes.
Dang. For free.
Yes. But we have other brand ambassadors. We love them.
We got one who do TikTok.
Yeah. So brand ambassadors, it depends, but I feel like yours is more like an influencer because there's a difference between a brand ambassador and an influencer. I wanted to do an influencer, but like
I'll be my own influencer.
No, true.
Like,
don't.
Nah,
but you know the thing is,
their heads too big.
I feel like people don't like putting themselves out too much though. You feel me? Like people like they won't put the same energy that you will put into your business. They don't put like the same like effort.
That's why like.
So like if they don't look good in it, they can still post it and like like I remember we gave somebody something and they didn't look good. They didn't look good in whatever they wore and they posted it and I'm like, why did she post it like that? She didn't look good in the photo. She didn't like, and I was like, wow, like you know what I'm saying? You could have not recently, but this was like before when we first started our business. Like someone like did that and I was like, wow, like you could have put a little more effort into. Because it's your brand, you feel me?
And it's funny that you said that because like literally I was talking to one of my brand ambassadors earlier. And then she was going through the videos that she took, and she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go through them when I get home. If I don't like them, I'm not sending them. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, what you mean? If I don't like them, I'm not sending them for you guys to post them because I don't look good in this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if I don't look good in this, I feel like I don't look good in it. I feel like I'm doing y'all like an injustice. So I'm like, all right, do you? Like, finally.
I agree with that. But back to the influencer, for us, we, like, at a certain point, like, we sent out, like, a bunch of emails to a bunch of influencers because it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what is your, like, your limit, like, your reach on Instagram or TikTok, and then what's your cost? So I think I emailed it, and for us, we kind of, everybody has access to everything, so everybody sees everything on their phone at, like, once. So if you, like, text us on Instagram, we all see it at the same time.
We all gonna see it.
Yeah.
And we gonna look at the prices, and we gonna look like you.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the most expensive price you've seen?
It was like 2,000.
I think it was 3K.
Either 2K.
Yeah.
Wait, but how strong was your reach though? Or
I
the
think
person's reach?
I think it was only like 100K.
She had 100K followers?
Yeah. I was like,
Yo, I would need
You
to
have to
see
be verified. Verified.
Like, you need 1 million, yo. But I heard Kim Kardashian, she makes like $1 million every time she posts. Like she's a brand ambassador or something. So I'm like, that's crazy. So people, I guess you know your worth. You feel me?
word.
I'm sorry.
But you're not worth you guys.
Somewhere else, not here. Like, I'm trying to. Nah. What? And then it was sort of like, yeah, I need 60 like every minute that is on my page. I'm sitting here
60
like
a minute?
60.
Yeah.
I'm looking like
What?
That's like 3,000.
At first I didn't read it. I saw 50. I thought it was $50.
nah.
It was 6. I thought it was $6. We can pay that, but I'm reading like, oh nah.
That's 30. That's 3,600. That's 3,600 an hour.
I was just looking. I was like, yeah, you straight, bro. I'll do it myself.
That's crazy.
40 bands of debt.
Like, yeah, you're bugging. Like,
We want to get to the point where people ask us like, yo,
Can you rock your merch?
you know, like trying to rock merch, or hey, we gonna pay you to wear our merch? I'd be like, yeah, I got you.
I'm sorry. Like, that's insane. Like,
Yo, you know what thing I realized too? I feel like a lot of people like look down on like small business merch and stuff. Like they want big contracts from like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. So when they see like your brand, whether it's like DSK or DVD, they're like, yo, I'm not wearing that. I'm not rocking that. I feel like I see that a lot of people got like a lot of pride and stuff. And like, yo, I'm not rocking your brand. I'm not posting on my page and stuff.
That's lame. It'll be like people you know or you're close with, and they'll be like, nah, I can't post you.
oh no, all my people post my stuff. Like, we come from a very like supportive like group. Like everybody is always giving us ideas. It's always like, yo, like, hey, I might not be able to buy your merch today, but I will definitely be able to post this today. And then once I post this, I can get back to you and I can buy your merch. Like there's people who to this day, like some of the people me and Sam went to school with, they're always like, yo, how much is your merch? Like, yo, like when it gets cold out, like when y'all bringing hoodies back, or like, yo, when y'all bringing the shorts back, or this, that, and the third. I do respect people for that. Like,
Yeah. I literally had my little brother
feel like
steal
I
my
don't feel
own
anything.
brand and go to school like, hey, I should buy a DVD.
Nah, it's facts, man. You know, support is free though. You feel me? Everybody could post. I feel like everybody should post they friends' small businesses or post their
it
friends'
doesn't
brands.
take that long. It takes like literally a second.
2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Put a little special message and you know.
What Future say? If you go to the designer brands, you pay that money. Might as well pay for the regular brands.
That's a big thing. Like the thing I realized is like people will spend bands on like Balenciaga, some crazy junk, and then they'll complain when your lotion is like $8. Like
They'd be like, can I get a discount? I'm like, damn.
I'm like, nah, no
seriously.
discounts. You feel
Where's
me?
the discount code?
You didn't ask a discount when you went over there. You
No,
feel me? You
like-
didn't have a discount when you went to Nike.
They
You
paying
didn't go-
full price everywhere else.
I'm looking at people like, yo. So there was one guy. He was like, yo, can I get a discount? I look him up and down. I'm like, nah, you got a Gucci jacket on. Like, yeah, you asking, that's $20.
The only
Like,
time
come
I'll
on.
discount is like if I feel like you're doing a lot. Like if you're getting a lot, I'd be like, I got you. You're getting a good amount of stuff. I feel you.
Right.
But if you're like, yo, I just want a discount on like your shirt's only like $20 or $50, depending on the price because they vary, $15 or $20. Can I get a discount? I'm like, what? Like it only cost me like I don't really make that much off the shirt like that, but like shipping be a lot sometimes. Depending.
You guys do free shipping?
Depends on how we feel.
Depends how you feel.
Sometimes you gonna have to pay for it. Catch us all on a good day. We
My
got you.
cousin had bought like $100 worth of something. I was just like, "Do you want a discount?" He was like, "Nah, man, I'm good." I'm like,
Plus, we got promo code. You better catch them when they're there. Like, come on.
Very true.
"Nah." I think that's what another thing of this business thing, like me and Urban had to deal with. Like, I remember there was one day like Urban was like, "Yo, you want to put a discount on something?" I just looked at my phone like, discount on what? Like, they buy 2 for 1? I'll just be like, and I would have to put my phone down and just be like, do I want to be nice today? And if I take like, Urban knows with me, it's like, if I take time to like answer a text message or we're like out together in public and he says it to me, and I take time to answer the question, it's always like, yeah, nah, we not doing this.
But I feel like that's how like a lot of business owners like they lose a lot of profits because they're always thinking about what's the next man thinking, what's that person thinking, should I lower this price? But I know I know a girl that sells like dresses for like $100 and all these clothes and like $200. Like I'm like, wow. If you feel like your thing is worth that much, put it because people will buy it for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like you have to set your standards high. That's why I always believe set your standards high for me because if they want it, they're gonna get it regardless. So.
Oh no! Yeah. Like when we first started with the shirts, and then I think I was like, yo. But make sure it's $25. I think June was like $25 is insane. Like just do 20 or 15. I'm like, nah. This shit gonna be $25.
$25.
It's gonna be $25.
It's legit.
And we stuck with $25 for like what, a month or two?
Good money.
And then we was thinking about doing towels, and then I was like, yo.
I would have bought a towel. That's cool.
I was like, yo.
Tell me why you want a towel.
Like beach towels or like the hand ones that you like.
We wanted the Gatorade towels at first, and then I was just like, yo, like. We can make shower towels too, like you crazy, like. And then they was like, how much you want to make them? I'm like, $15. And he's like, what? That's insane for a towel. People go to like, Family Dollar and get one for like $3. I'm like, that's them. This is probably $15. Like, this is DVD. This is my product. Can you imagine someone coming out? Like, yo, after a long day at the beach, like, yo, like, let me get that DVD towel. And someone at the beach, like, hey, that's a pretty cool towel.
that's a fact.
Like, nah, like, that's $15.
For merch, I want one day for me to be walking and I see someone with their sweater on. I don't even know them. Like, I like that.
Nah, but that's when you know you make it for me when people that you don't know. But I feel like that's where you get the most support. People that you don't know is gonna give you the most support. Like the people around you, they'll say, "I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna do this," and they'll never buy. So like, I feel like strangers really be dishing out like the most support. Like you never know. Like you imagine you at the airport and you just seeing someone in DBD for me, like the flannels and stuff. Cool. I still have my DBD shirts. Like I bought 2. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember that. I got 2. I shot one today, but
I was trying to look for mine. I couldn't find it.
Nah, that's cool.
I was really trying to.
It's cool. We just love the support. One day I will see someone wearing DBD merch. I'm like, I like this guy.
Oh no, when it's hoodie season, best believe I'm on it. Like we gonna have a DVD like jumpsuit. Like it's gonna be sweats.
Facts.
Like I want to do the zip up things, but Urban don't want to do the zip up hoodies. Like he want to just do
the
pullovers. Yeah, I want to do zip up hoodies.
I like pullovers.
Pullovers. Where's that, my boy?
I'm telling you, some people want to do the zip up. And then they can have like zip down the hoodie, and then they can have a DVD shirt there, or they can zip down the hoodie. Like it's good for their fit.
We'll see.
But hey, I'm telling you, I'm wild on hoodies, and then we can do like Scullies or something, or
Scullies.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it all.
I'm not doing shicey masties though, like.
At that point, we might as well.
Should. It's a popular thing, but
it's a popular trend.
You guys, like what are they? Baseball caps? You guys should do.
Oh, we got trucker hats.
You do?
We do have trucker hats. I think Joom has the only DVD trucker hat that I know of that's been sold. I don't know, but that's the only one.
I think there might be a couple more, but I know Joom has one. Yes.
Yeah, I know Joom has one. He can't even.
Oh, he has the Scully too.
Yeah, he has the Scully too.
Those are coming back. I love those. Yeah, that's it. We got anything
That's
more?
pretty much it. All right. So that's pretty much the episode. We thank you guys for coming on.
Okay.
Like, spreading your knowledge,
Sorry it took so long to get you on, but
it's a process.
I'm glad we came now and not season 1. So
season 1 was terrible. I would have been so bad watching it. Like, yo,
you guys were on the desk. You had the desk and you had like the mics that was
season 1. If we had you guys on for season 1, and I'm looking back on it here on season 4, I'll be like, yo, I don't like this episode. Let's scrap it and redo it.
Right, let's do it again.
Yeah, like that's basically how I'm looking at a bunch of episodes right now. Like
Yeah, bad sound and everything.
there's a like Sherelle and Ace, like that episode. I want to redo that episode so bad.
You
Like,
should. And have like a
like-
part 2.
and not even a part 2. Just scrap the episode.
Oh, no,
Right,
delete it.
Like it's still there. Like,
It's
but the
still there.
sound was terrible. Like,
No good sound. No
And
good
like
sound.
you was really talking about real stuff.
like the sound was terrible. Like, but the message was good,
It's
and
deep.
the message was deep because you have like Ace and you have Sherelle giving their message out there, but you really can't hear it. Like you go back to that episode, you can't hear nothing. It's like the sound is scratchy. It's like, so I just want to go back, like scrap that episode, and then like I think there's like 2 comments in there like, yo, the sounds and stuff. Like, what do you think? Like, you don't think I know? Like, but yeah, I just want to scrap that episode and like redo it with them again. Like that would be a dope thing. Like, you know what?
Yeah, let's do it. No, I think though, I feel like, I remember Sarah K told me this, like, when you start getting like dislikes on your video, that's how you know you're getting popular.
Right.
Because, you know, everybody likes your video. Like, you know, people
When you
that know
have
you.
haters, know you made
Nah,
it.
that-
Once
like,
you
you
have
started
haters,
making
I like the hate because like it's the fact you took the time to dislike
That's
it. Like,
exactly
enough
the
for me.
point.
Like, you
That's
gotta scroll
exactly
down
it.
and really like dislike the video.
like
and
I
say,
don't,
like,
I can't remember like a time I was on YouTube and gave somebody a thumbs down. Like, are you kidding?
you really gotta hate what they said. You feel me?
Right.
Like, I can't wait until I look on Instagram right there and it's like a hate page for me. I'm gonna be like,
You made it, bro.
You made it.
I'm gonna be
You
so
made it.
happy. Like,
I feel
You're on
like
top of the world. You feel me?
what's it called when we have other people, you know, taking our clips and just posting like just random people
Like on TikTok,
you,
Yeah.
like TikToks,
Yeah.
like when you see these people just like
The
like
fan
AMP,
edits
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, like I watch AMP. They be just having random people just making this stuff, not low following, just posting this stuff. I just, stuff like that makes it good.
yeah, like I really don't care what people gotta say though. Like I honestly don't. But once I see that, I'm gonna be happy. Because if you waste your time like thinking about what other people like perceive of what you do, like you're gonna be wasting a lot of time trying to make people happy. And I don't really care to make people happy.
Man, facts.
I might go back and forth with someone, but
Come back.
Oh nah, like
no, like it's like you know you don't have to, but like let's just start a fire.
nah, like definitely when we start doing sports stuff again, there will be some podcasts that I'm throwing shots at. Like that Players Choice podcast on TikTok.
Oh
I be
my
seeing.
gosh.
They get me so mad, bruh. But that like it's not like mad like to a sense where like like I can't stand these guys. It's like mad to the point where like, yo, get me on this show.
So you
and
could talk, so you could say your
Yeah.
picks and stuff and who's gonna
Yeah,
win
like-
and yeah.
Pick a Side podcast. I like them. There's another podcast. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like,
It's there's a podcast that do they're like how we record ours. They do it on live on Twitch, and like I watch their stuff. It's really amazing. I just show you it too. That's crazy.
pick a
the
side.
name?
Yeah, but with that being said, we're just gonna wrap up the podcast because wrap up the episode. Wrap up the podcast is crazy. But
That's season 1 right there. Now.
yeah, we're gonna
wrap
wrap
up
up
the
this
podcast.
episode. You know, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys are enjoying season 4. Like all the episodes we have so far. This episode and
Also, they have a YouTube page. We will link their YouTube page too. Definitely follow them. Definitely watch their videos. It's pretty good.
it's not gonna be on the bottom. I'm gonna link point it.
I'll put it on the bottom. I'll put it on the bottom.
Like why would not be on the bottom of the YouTube?
Yeah.
It'll be in the link in the description.
Got some really good videos. I liked your retail arbitrage when Donald went under and slid. That was a pretty good video.
Yo, fun story, yo. We went to a liquidation store, guys, and it was like, we went to a liquidation store. Basically, like, these are all these discounted items and stuff. Like, if you ever want to get, like, AirPods for, like, $7 or, like, Beats and all this iPhones, iPads and stuff, go to these
Where's it
liquidation
at?
You're gonna have to fight for it though.
What you mean
Yeah.
fight for it?
People was
People
fighting for
are
it.
fighting.
'Cause people want it.
AirPods for $7. Like
Where is this at?
You're gonna have to.
it's in
scrap.
Jersey City.
They're called liquidation
Ah.
store, bin stores and stuff like
Yes.
that. We were sliding under tables just to, you know what I'm saying, grab the stuff.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
will
It's a
have
lot.
to scrap.
It's a great video. I watched it. It's a really good video.
We'll talk about that later after this.
All right, but until next time, you know, until next episode, stay different by the fall DVD. You know me. But I'll catch y'all later.
Stay different by default.
Run it up, run it up, run it up. Whole lot of money in the tuck, tryna double up.